Hello, I'm Ben T. Looney, and welcome back to Craig McCracken Month. Close to Foster's End, Craig and the crew decided to make a TV movie for Foster's, and that movie turned out being Destination Imagination. Is it any good? Well, let's take a look and find out. Get ready to witness things beyond your wildest imaginations. Here is my review on Destination Imagination. So, starts out with parents dropping a toy box wrapped in change off at Foster's. I wonder if one of the Kardashians are in there. The next day, Frankie wakes up to do her usual chores when all she wants to do is have time for herself. Frankie eventually finds the toy box, and there's a note on it that says there's an imaginary friend inside. Well, that's a relief. None of the Kardashians are friends. So, Frankie is ordered by Mr. Harriman to put the toy box in the attic, and she's not told to open it. But she opens it anyway because she's tired of Harriman's crap. And she's transported into a fantasy world where living things don't have any faces. Oh my God! Slenderman created his own world! Run, Frankie, run! Actually, no. It's a friendly place where everything is cheerful and happy. Run, Frankie, run! Frankie meets the friend in the box, but she can't see him. She can only hear his voice. Now, the critics say that the friend's name is World. However, I don't think that's a good name for him. I'm going to come up with a name for me to call him in this review. Let's see. He's a face that can take over anything. What's a good name for him? I know! Spencer Eldon! My second choice is Face. Fine, I'll call him Face for your convenience. Anyway, Face is really kind to Frankie, and he allows her to have a little fun in the world. However, Frankie has to leave to go back to work at Foster's. Frankie constantly revisits the world when her work is too stressful for her. One day, when she wants to go back to work, Face won't let her leave. Run, Frankie, run! Oh wait, you're trapped. Stay, Frankie, stay! Wait a minute. The friend was able to trap Frankie in a fantasy world inside of a toy box? Why didn't I think of that? Look! Something! Anyway, with Frankie being gone, no work is getting done at Foster's, which causes Mr. Harriman to flip out. Mac, Eduardo, Wilt, Coco, and Blue look for Frankie, and they find the toy box. They manage to get inside of it, and they land in the world and start to search for Frankie. They eventually make it into a town where people don't have any faces. I don't think you guys have anything to worry about, just as long as one of them doesn't have black tentacles coming out of his or her back. Suddenly, they are chased by a bunch of yellow ball cops, shut up, who are being led by one with a face. The gang eventually lands in a river of balls, shut up, and they are saved by a hero. Hero offers to save Frankie for them, but the gang insists on going with him, and to prove their point, Coco lays a flamethrower and uses it. Holy crap! Coco's packing heat! She could be an action star! Coming this summer, Coco is going to cook your goose in Turkey Baster. This chicken bites back. Radar for... Really, this is going to be the best movie you see this year. So, the gang and hero set forward through the several obstacles to get Frankie, and their final task is to get across the keyboard bridge. This'll be easy, guys. Just play some Soundgarden and you'll be fine. So, they copy the notes on the bridge, but Hero purposely screws them up, and they fall into a pit of bubblegum, which turns into a herd of zombies that copy the faces of the gang. They run from the zombies into a Mario-like stage, and they continue forward. A boy and some imaginary friends are being chased by a bunch of bubblegum zombies through a lost Mario level. Your argument has lost all validness. They make it through the stage, and they land in another part of the world where they meet a little puppy with a face. I would make a smile dog joke, but I think this video has enough creepypasta references. Anyway, the puppy takes them to his shack where he feeds them crumpets with sleeping powder on them. The friends wake up and they see they're tied up, and the puppy has evil plans on his mind. However, Mac didn't eat the crumpet, so he is fully awake, and he sets the friends free. The friends then try to capture the puppy, but Face moves to several different objects. They manage to grab him while he's an apple, and they leave him in the desert to die. Dang, when do our heroes become so cruel? Once Face is about to sink into quicksand, a bunch of horses run past them, and Face manages to take over one of them. He then runs back to the castle to see Frankie is still there. However, it turns out that the horse was the gang in disguise, and they reunite with Frankie. The gang then tells Frankie how much they miss all the things she does for them, and Frankie feels the only thing they miss about her is the things that she does for them. Well, actually, I miss your hot body. Could you please put that bikini on again? Anyway, Frankie yells at them to leave her alone, and Face appears and knocks them out. One transition later, the gang is back at Foster's. The gang try to deal with Frankie not wanting to come back, but they notice weird things about Foster's, and it turns out they're not back at Foster's. They were dead this whole time! Dun dun dun! Oops, wrong twist. Actually, they're tiny, and they're in a model of Foster's that Face is giving to Frankie as a gift. After almost dying in the model, the gang manages to get out and get Frankie's attention. Face gets mad because he doesn't want Frankie to leave him, but Frankie promised she wouldn't leave him, and she manages to calm him down. Face turns the friends back to their normal size, and they make up with him. However, Mr. Harriman appears in the castle and says he's taking Frankie back, and Face will be alone in the toy box forever. As you can imagine, Face takes it really well. And I mean that by him making the world go to hell! The gang runs from the castle and they try to make it to the entrance, but they're unable to reach it. Face turns into a giant hodgepodge monster and an epic battle ensues. After the epic battle that I'm not going to describe because you have to see it to believe it, the whole gang manages to get out of the world. Frankie wants to let Face out, but the friends keep stopping her from doing so. Mr. Harriman then says that over the years, he's always thought Frankie was lazy and immature. Keep talking, Rabbit. I have a sense you're hungry for a knuckle sandwich. However, he then says that he was wrong about Frankie, and that he sees that Frankie is more intelligent and mature than he could ever imagine, and he agrees with Frankie to let Face out of the box. Thank you, Mr. Harriman! You finally realized who Frankie really is. Oh, that felt good. So, Frankie lets Face out of the box, and he's free to live in Foster's with the other friends. The next day, all the other friends are helping Frankie with the chores, thanks to a new agreement contract made by Mr. Harriman. Frankie sews a body for Face to use, and after all the chores are done, all the friends jump into the toy box to have a great time in the world. The end. Wow! This movie sucked! It was dark, epic, and Blue said the P word! How dare he say the P word when he clearly said peed? Who's ever heard of a Cartoon Network show saying the P word? This special's too scary for little kids. It should be locked up like Face and forever forgotten. Nah, I'm just kidding. This movie was awesome. It mainly focused on Frankie and actually benefited her as a character. All the characters work well together and they all have a purpose in this movie. Face was really lovable. The tone of the movie was darker compared to the show, which is a plus. And finally, it's an epic adventure of a movie that goes back to the fantasy movies of the 80s, like The Dark Crystal and Labyrinth, and it focused on the adventure rather than comedy, which was gutsy for this special to try out. Overall, this is a great movie for this show, and I think it works better as a series finale than the actual series finale. Seriously, what the trug kind of ending was that? Yes, Destination Imagination is one awesome movie, which I think trumps the Powerpuff Girls movie in every way, and that's saying something. So, that's all I have. If you haven't seen it, sorry for the spoilers, but give it a watch if you love this show or animated movies. Anyway, I'm Ben T. Looney, and I'm signing out. I need to go print me out some more Frankie pictures.
Words are flowing out like endless rain into a paper cup. They slither wildly as they slip away across the universe. Pools of sorrow, waves of joy are drifting through my opened mind, possessing and caressing